Hey friends, it's Naz. Welcome back to the channel. So y'all see the hair. This style eats so bad. I'm going on vacation. I decided to do like a boho knotless situation. It's like a shoulder length bob. I did extra curls because I like my hair big and I just think this turned out so cute. So I'm gonna give y'all all the details of the hair, how many curly pieces, all that jazz. So yeah, honestly, let's just go ahead and get into it. Hey girls, so I wanted to start off by showing you the hair that I use. This is Purple Pack Dominican Curl Bulk in 18 inches. I'm using the color 1B. This is like their human hair blend. I've used this hair 3 times, like 3 separate times doing Boho Knotless braids, and it gives you your usual tangle, but with this, I learned the key is you just have to keep it hydrated, like spray bottle, put it in 2 pigtails at night and you'll be good. And I prep this hair by putting some of my braiding gel on those straight ends, just so it won't be like sticking out of the braids when I braid it in. But I really like this hair and I honestly recommend it. For the actual braids, I use this kid length hair. It's 28 inches and it's pre-stretched. It's just regular xpressions hair, but I like using this length because I don't have to worry about like cutting the hair and stuff and having like weird blunt ends. So for this style, I did 6 rows on each side in the front, and I did 8 rows in the back. I'm going to be doing a full like in-depth parting tutorial, so make sure you check that out or it'll be coming soon. And if it's not up yet, check out my mini twist video. I have details in that on parting. So for my rows, I always like to put my braiding gel like in the part, and I like to use the metal end of my comb just to make sure everything's straight and smooth out everything, because I'm no professional and I'm gonna use every little tip and trick I can to make sure everything looks good. So I like to do 3 boxes in this first row, and then I just kind of increase as I go up as I need to. I separate my hair into 3 pieces, and I cross once and then add a piece of braiding hair. With my boho styles, I like my curly pieces to be at the top. So the second piece is gonna be a piece of curly hair, and I'm just gonna take one in out and then add like another piece of braiding hair to continue braiding. I will say I wish I braided the curly pieces in just a few more times just for security, because I did have a few that came out because they just weren't like braided in tight enough. So that would be a tip that I would give y'all on this. And also, if you don't have the best grip like me, add a clip to the root like this to help with grip while you're continuing to like pull and add different pieces of hair to the braid, just so it's as tight as it can be at the top. And then I just continued this same adding braiding gel using the end of my comb. And I also like to use clips to clip away any like excess hair just to make sure I'm just focused on the thing that's in front of me. And also a tip to make sure everything is straight, use the part that's on the bottom to make the part at the top. Now for these braids, I added 4 curly pieces in most of the braids. In the back, I did like 3 because I didn't want them like super matted towards my head. But all the ones on the top mainly, and definitely the ones at the front, have like 3 to 4, mainly 4 curly pieces, and that's how I got this hair so full. If you don't want it that full, and it will be a tiny bit heavy, don't add all those curly pieces, but I wanted big, full, curly hair. So I took like 4 decent amount of curls in each braid, and I braided them in pretty closely together, maybe like an inch apart, and I make sure the one at the bottom isn't too close to the bottom because I don't want the curly pieces to be like longer than the hair. I just want it to be the same length as the hair. And again, I would suggest to braid in your curly pieces a little bit longer than I am because like I said, I did lose some curls in the process of this. And also my first two like pieces right at the top of my head, I put a curly piece at the very top because you know when you have like a little bun and you want to pull out the curly pieces? Yeah, I wanted that at the very top. So that was the very first piece I added in, and then I went in with my braiding hair and just braided like normal and then added the other pieces in. But I was pretty strategic with the curly pieces that I did at the front because I wanted to make sure I had those like face framing ones, and then I had the ones I wanted to like pull out when I did buns and everything. So just be like cognizant of that when you're braiding the front of your head. So for the back two rows, I don't add curls just because you don't want it to be like super matted against your head and everything. And also once I get to this back, y'all, I be pre-parting, twisting it up, and then sitting down and braiding my head. So do that too, girl. It will help you out and it'll save your back. This is what I was looking like so far. And then this is what it looked like when I finished. I really loved how curly and full this style was. Like, oh, it's just so full. And I was going on vacation and I just thought this was perfect for vacation. And it definitely got like flatter as I washed it. So that's something to keep in mind as well. Now here is how I curl the ends of the hair without flexi rods. So the first step is to pull all the curly pieces away, and that honestly takes the longest because I have so many. But also make sure you don't have any braids in what you're pulling out because then you'll have straight pieces and have to go back and curl. But you're going to want to pull all of those curly pieces out and clip them away because we aren't going to dip that in hot water or anything, and because it's already curly. And then I went back through and some of the braids kind of came unraveled, so I just made sure everything was braided down to my liking. I didn't braid all the way to the end, but like close enough so that it wouldn't be all like open and full, if you know what I mean. So after all of my curls were clipped away, I basically just put my hair into small twists. The smaller sections you do, the tighter the curl is going to be. So you can see like the size I did, that pretty much matched the curl of like the curly pieces, and I think it looks pretty good. So once it's twisted, I kind of pinch where I want the curl to start, and I wrap it up like a bantu knot. Like y'all know like the barrel like knots and everything people put on the bottom of their braids or their twists. That's basically what you're gonna do, and it's just a little bantu knot. And you're gonna make sure you wrap all of the hair up because if you don't, it's gonna be straight. So anything that you want curled, make sure you put it up in that bantu knot. And I think I had like 5-ish like twists on each side. But yeah, I just continue to repeat that process throughout my hair and keeping like relatively smaller sections. And if you want like looser curls, do bigger sections. But I will say when I do like really big sections, the curls don't last as long. So I like doing it this way just because they did last me. So after doing all that, I dipped those little bantu knots in hot water. I did one at a time because that's just how I wanted to do it, to make sure that it got fully immersed. I will say I wish that I dipped more of the braids in the hot water because it was a little stiff, because you know you have to like dip conical on hair to loosen it up a little bit. But yeah, I just dipped everything in my little mug and then dried it off with my towel. And also don't unravel this hair until it's completely dry because the curls aren't set. So just like use a blow dryer or just like wait till it's not soaking wet and then pull out your little bantu knots, and then this is what your curls will look like. And then after that, it was time to just like do some shaping and cutting and everything because I wanted them to be a little shorter. And you can stop here if you like this length, but I wanted the hair to be a little shorter and I wanted to kind of have like a blunt like end look. So I just snipped away until my liking, and after this I added in my mousse just to like make sure I get all those flyaways at the top. And just a tip, as you have this style, don't continue to add a lot of mousse. That's what makes it like dry and makes the hair like super frizzy and tangled. And after that was dry, I went in with a little like moisture and like shine spray, and love the style so much. This is our final result, and I'm obsessed. I'm literally so obsessed. This turned out so cute, so perfect. It's literally so cute. But I hope y'all enjoyed. If you try this hairstyle out, please make sure to tag me. And yeah, I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.